Okay, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pillars of Eternity, where last time we killed a pirate. Yeah, no one cares about her, I guess. So, she was going to go there and talk to her and settle their differences, I guess? Never mind, we're just going to get rid of the Banshee woman. So I'm not very sure what she's weak to, but I am going to shoot her in the back with a pistol. Also, boo-hoo, everyone has problems. My girlfriend left me. Yeah. When I told her to go away. Seriously, what did she think would happen? Well, slow mode can be used to direct characters in mode. I wonder if I can intimidate her into attacking me. I mean, seems like a 5 days, okay. Get it. Security reports. Also, we need to up the security a little bit in our keep. So maybe those walls will be a good idea. And upstairs we go. So Lilith. I'm not going to route resolve that. They might destroy building. I actually don't know if that's how that works. So Lilith. Let's back away. Go into stealth. Pick up my pistol. Can't actually examine this enemy. There was something cool in Neverwinter Nights. When you click on enemy and hold the button, you can actually see the information about it. Oh my lord, what the hell did you just do? Wait, was she immune? Instant teleport. Shades. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Might be a little bit bad. Are you dead? Man, that was bloody painful. Come on, dude. Finish her off. I guess. Just want her dead. Wait, did she die? She teleported. Huh. Yeah, she's still alive, it seems. That's insane. How are you expected to win this? Okay, let's tell her she's lost to her now. Forgive her. Forgive her for what? Forget about her, she lost. Yeah, it was forget, not forgive. Whatever. It's forward to John's White. Oh, you attack me, do you? Oh, that's a little bit better than. Oh, okay, no, it's not, I guess. Say, last. Oh, come on! Want to see what I'm doing? It's F3, I guess. Use that. Try to run away. Yeah, I'm in excruciating pain right now. Can't believe you just did that to my dog. Okay, okay. They all appeared here. If I go here and go in hiding while the wolf attacks. Kind of insane. Okay, guys. Let's try this again, but I will do it off screen and see what works, and we'll come back. Just show you how I did it, I guess. If it doesn't work, I'll just ignore it for now. So, see you soon. Okay, so after 10 tries, yeah, I counted them, I decided to quit about this because it's not possible during this level, it seems. Yeah, go figure. But seriously, they made it overpowered. Where you can run and hide, no exploits to exploit. If someone knows, they can always tell me, but that was stupid. Yeah, very stupid indeed. Still, I'm gonna kill that thing one day. When targeting an attack, the percentage listed next to the potential target indicates that you chance that I never see, so it doesn't matter at all. Okay. Well, 4 days, I guess, but it's fixable. So, where to now? Well, journey? Nadine, an animancer I met in front of the Blackberry Sanctum, told me of the Elder archives in the rare manuscripts they contain includes one by the animancer named Pangram. She needs Theorem of Pangram to continue her research, but the archivists won't give her access. The Rogue Knight, Story Job. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna find those guys. But first I need to find Asher's brother. Scattered, Asher agreed to travel with me, believes he may find something about the circumstances of his brother's demise in the Fence Bay. Saints War in an archive in the Ducal Palace. Okay, but first let's get here in Heritage Hall. Yeah, 30 minutes. Really? 30 minutes? That's a long time. Campaign The Wilderness requires the campaign supplies, which may be purchased at a variety of stores. Yeah, they are limited. No, I'm not kidding, they are limited. Sure, there's a lot of it, but it can run out. Best turn around, traveler. Heritage Hill is closed. What? No, it's not. Sorry, district is closed, but you're the Duke himself. Why? Trust me, you don't want to. But if you were really set on seeing for yourself, I suppose you'd have to get permission from Willa at the keep in the first firm. Okay. Well, that puts a stop to that. The first firms, I guess. Fires. I guess. Oh man. Parties are the dedicated supporters spellcaster. Priests, if you say so. Though their spells often have limited range, they almost always affect the group and can provide myriad bonuses. Yeah, we discovered a place. Wow, shiny. Look at that. An elf woman. Maybe. 12 Charles Maggie Tyler. Okay. And Carol Kwan. So 12 charms, what do you have? You see a small mobile still covered in with variety of goods and sundries. This woman is standing next to it, engaged in a lively discussion with a man who is holding one of the items she is selling. She has a light, friendly contents and is trying to explain to the man how to control the item. He moves his hand around the top of it and mutters what sounds to be a gibberish. After several attempts, he glows and thrusts the item back at her and starts to turn away. She stops him with hand on his shoulder and holds the item up in front of his face. She traces a finger over the top of it, slowly and distinctly, repeating the same phrase over and over. The object suddenly lights up, shining brightly as a torch. The man's face brightens as well, and looks at her expectantly. She runs 2 fingers down the side of the object, and the light extinguishes. She hands it back to him and takes her place behind his hand as she whispers the words to say in his ear. Many failed attempts later, the man is able to light the object on a very try. Okay. Alleged, he hands it back to her as she makes her way behind the cart. While searching for appropriate coin, she places the item on a shelf under the back side of the cart and replaces it with another from the small box next to it. The money and goods are exchanged, and the watches the man leave. Satisfied with his purchase, then she scans the crowd looking for her next mark. Yeah, there are no honest people here, I guess. Okay, Cao Quan, what do you have to say for yourself? You see a man preaching his voice, washing over a small crowd of eager acolytes. He speaks tolerance and of self-reliance, of pain and of beauty. The crowd nods agreement clear to their transparent faces, and the preacher flows. He continues speaking of implements of anger and strife, of hatred and frustration. His tone deepens as they nod. Enraptured, he calls forth one of their numbers, an older man. It is safe, the preacher says. No harm will come to him. Smiling at the man, walks forward into the preacher's embrace, a shoulder rock in his frame as he pushes away a thin stiletto through his chest. He falls to the ground and does not breathe long. Ew, nasty, okay. The crowd groans confused. The preacher's face is dark with rage. Do not trust blindly he says. Do not take word as its face. Tremble things lie beneath you. Must be prepared before you see the truth. The crowd thins and the body removed. The preacher silent. A few remain to listen. And to them he smiles. Or maybe they should call someone who will kill this guy, who's a lunatic apparently, but okay. Thank God this world isn't like that, otherwise I'd be dead. Or in prison. Can't think of it, I haven't seen other Dungeon 6 before my own. Yeah, we're going to speak with those people as well. Anything interesting here? Just here. Okay. Scouting and not doing absolutely anything. Okay. So, McNutt and Yeranor. Sounds like a match to me. Magnar. You see a man much younger lying on a large stone slab seated on a dais in the center of a circular room. At 7 points around the dais, older men in black robes prostrated themselves over the orient runes worked into the stone of the floor, chanting in a low drone. An 8th man enters, carrying an ebony box, inlaid with gold runes that match the runes on the floor. He stands at the head of the slab, lowering his head and slowly opens the box. He turns to each prostrate man in turn, tripping on the open box their direction as he does. He then sets the box at the heart of the slab, facing away from the young man lying there. He reaches into the box, removing a small cylinder of onyx, and then moves to the end of the slab, stopping near the young man's feet. He holds the onyx up, says a word, and then passes it again against the younger man's right foot. When it touches his flesh, the onyx softens and becomes black leech, attaching itself to the young man's soul. Okay. The man repeats these steps until there are leeches on both hands and feet. in the middle of his chest, his neck, and his forehead. The other man then takes his place at the head of the slab, raising his head, joining the chant, watching the young man as his blood drained. Okay, that's kind of disgusting. Rules voted much. Okay, next. Leonor. So, Leonor, what do you have to say for yourself, dude? And that's not that much. Okay. You see a dimly lit street lightened with buildings. Most of them are dark and quiet, but one at the edge of the canal is bright and noisy, defying the night. The Samoa stands in the dark, hooded against the cold and shadows, keeping away from everything. He stares at the door as the lit building, entirely studying it. There is a sign hanging on the side of the building. It is barely legible, the dark, but it appears to be red, goose, and fox. Ooh, I know this place. Okay. Movement from inside the building perks the Samoa up. He pulls the clock closer around his face, and his breath speeds up. Catching slightly, his excitement is pluffable. Okay, pluffable. The main door to the establishment opens. Releasing a cacophony of laughter and shouting, light spills onto the street, illuminating the solitary figure in the doorway. The Samoa stands, bringing his right hand up in front of his face, palm down, fingers extended. The figure exits goose and folk and stumbles off into the darkness, swaying slightly as it walks unsteadily down the street. Yamo follows the figure, muttering a few words under his breath, gently wiggling his hand. The tips of his fingers start glowing lightly, steam rising from them against the cold air. He increases his pace, intent on catching the figure and disappearing into the night. He shakes his head once more and then tips his finger, bursts into flame, the flickering light revealing a manic glee in his eye. He closes one of the figure, nearly hyperventilating with the happiness, and whispers a name, Charon. The figure jumps slightly and begins to turn as Diamo extends his head, leaving his fingers directly at the figure. Okay. Sounds okay. Let's see if there's anyone else who has a story to tell before we move on. Ah, what have we here? A bush of drugs. Ah, hello, Dur. Ravadav Dur. What do you have to say for yourself? You see a trio of Orlands, Bring and Grundy. They instrument weapons as they compete with one another in a brutal disharmony. Behind them, a troupe of performers roll, jump, and gesture teeth, flashing with exquisite sharpness, as they enact some bizarre pantomime. The smallest one, moment seemingly a child, and the next one, an old man, thrust obscurely at the crowd. Eyes gaze behind his victorious grin. The crowd joyless uncomfortably at his display, dissatisfaction in their midst. No money is thrown, no praise given at the performers continue their display. The crowd disperses, uneasy, and the man-child's grin grows obscure as he watches them go. Well, that's what happens when you have no talent whatsoever, dude. Okay, anything else? Oh, come on. William Grapplwind. Some soldier. Yeah, I just want to see if there is anything useful to gather here. Well, nothing secret it seems. Yeah, I know there's a higher chance of me finding something if I'm in scouting mode, but Gerald should be able to detect if there's anything. So, man with a sword, what do you have to say for yourself? Quinlin Grapplwind. You see a solemn face, hundreds of them. They stand in silent remembrance, a town officially lamenting the sacrifice of some brave hero. His companions stand to the side, empty. The official tells their story. The saving of the village, the story of one who lost to the trolls in the battle, as the best he can. But the faces of his friends say far more about the veracity of the speech. Okay, finally, it's over. The villagers move back to their lives. The adventurers mill about for a time, remembering before heading back to the inn for the night. They mourn in their own way. Tears, anger, 12 broken bottles. The leader of the group stays quiet, gazes inwards. Weeks pass and he speaks little, leaving the inn early in the morning and returning late at night, exhausted. Finally he takes the others to see it. A statue, life-size, beautiful in its crude design. The villagers mount in the square and the group leaves, still empty, but a little less broken. The statue smiles at them as they leave. If the statue smiles, it's either cursed or it's meant to smile all the time. Okay. Oh, hello, ghost. No, I'm not going to do... Okay, it's night, so maybe he won't be here during the day. Come to pay respect to the Queen of the Wars? No. What can you tell me about Wedica? A queen amongst the gods. She oversees woes and alls. Really her rightful place in Wedica watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even amongst the other gods, her authority is questioned. Wedica is also a goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. Yes, I know about her, actually. She will remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne. So, who are you, dude? Lord Adwin Rickwood III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to Darwood on one of the first ships from Adrian. Unlike the Oaks and hut dwellers around here, I still keep an old ways. What are you doing, actually? Worshipping Wedica, the exalted queen, old binder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I love nothing more than to book passage back to the Advents, but it's my emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands, and so I do. He shrugged. Okay, you know you're a ghost, right? I beg your pardon, is this some sort of joke? Where do you come from? Just look at yourself, man. A madhouse, that's what this town really needs. Okay, bye. Should we follow him? Well, doesn't seem like he's gonna tell us anything interesting, so... Anyone else that has a story to tell before I move forward? A madhouse, hey? If only you weren't a ghost, I would kill you right now. What the hell, let's kill him right now. Okay, let's kill him next time. What do you guys say? Don't see any secrets though, that's kinda weird. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take a break here, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.